Okay, so I think you can hear me. I'll stand in front of the dresses. This is really something I want to talk about right here. It's super important to me. Okay, I am testing this. I don't think it's getting to all the platforms that I need it to go on, and we will figure this out. But this is the first test in the salon. The studio is coming together beautifully. All the extra new things that are going on in my life is what I want to be sharing, like the yoga teacher training. The reason I have this up is because I'm reading the yamas and niyamas, and it's a very good, enlightening book of just like where we need to start, how the foundation of yoga kind of began, but where the self comes into play. So there's a lot there that you have to kind of reevaluate. The foundations are guiding principles. So think about like the 10 commandments and the rules and guidelines of just like how to become a yogi, which is just like the mindset, the well-being, all that stuff just starts from these 10 fundamentals. And I think like talking about them as I keep testing the studio in the room will kind of give you a good idea of what I'm doing. This is just one of the rough tests because I don't think it's streaming on anything, but it's recording. So that's a good sign. Um, One of the best things about being here is that I can just come on and start sharing things that I think is helpful, and you can share, you can reshare, you can not, but at the end of the day, I think these things are important to really help us grow as a society, to help me grow as a person, to help my future development, and hopefully help yours too. So stay posted, start sharing stuff. I think the best thing is we could start with the nonviolent foundation here, which is literally every instance in our life we get to make the choice. Are we going to respond negatively? Are we going to respond with anger? Are we going to choose that path? A good example, I was sitting in the drive through. Something happened with the driver in front of me, just terrible driver. And I wanted to roll down my window. I wanted to start the violence. I wanted to choose violence that day. And I realized the chain of events that would then happen from my option of choosing violence over nonviolence in that scenario would cascade into a situation, and then I calm down. But there are people that respond through instinct and don't filter, and then you attack and you choose that violence because guess what? Violence is in everybody. We just have to learn how to manage it. And if you think about walking a path of nonviolence, you just think about the things that you can choose to handle differently, even if it's taking a longer breath and breathing through these situations. But at the end of the day, nonviolence will guide you through a better understanding of like what is really underlying your anger and your violence to make changes so you can choose to live a better life. Because those small changes that happen with awareness drastically changes how you interact, how you participate, how you show up. And I really want to reiterate that with the nonviolence key. And we'll get into the other ones and just think about where you are in your journey of taking reflection, understanding what you're doing and where you're going and what you want to change into and be perceived as. Like you go into your character and you start to think like, do I want to be known for getting triggered? Do I want to be known for this anger that arises? So when you start to put it into perspective with like the keys of nonviolence, it's not only physical, but it's emotional. It goes into how you talk to people, how you respond to situations. Like everything is a full cycle, whether you choose the path of nonviolence or you choose the violence. But your life will be much, much fuller if you choose nonviolence every time. And it's a practice. It is not done one time. It is something that will constantly be a challenge and you'll be faced with. So give yourself grace, but all the other jewels or keys or whatever they call these 10 things start from nonviolence because it is the largest cause of a change and a shift. So if we really ground ourselves in our intention and our hopes, we can make it a little further. So I hope this helped. I hope this transitions you to kind of just think a little bit more clearly the next time these emotions come up in this situation where you have a choice to make the situation easier or harder. And I hope this helps because I do want to get into this conversation a lot more with different perspectives and different views, because once you know you want to make the changes, you'll start being aware of all the other things in life. So thank you. I appreciate this little test. I hope it will be helpful. Hopefully it can continue to get people engaged or talking, and I will be back. So this was step one, and I will do other rooms, but this is the salon. I will share more about what it looks like when it gets closer to being done. So thanks. Okay, so I wanted to talk on this a little bit more without the background about the yamas and niyamas and how yoga teacher training has really let me kind of break into the things that have always been present but really deepen my practice, not only with myself but to others. It's teaching me the fundamentals again of the things that I already knew I believed in and really reaffirming. So the book that I want to talk about, one second. So, whoop. Right. This way? That way. Okay. So, this book right here with the yamas and niyamas is super helpful in redefining like the fundamentals we already knew we had. Oh, come back up. Don't know why it decided to turn off, but we're out here just testing. Well, okay. So, this is gonna suck. Okay. We're just done. Oops, sorry, Bailey. Why is it doing that? Okay.